Is your lawn turning brown for seemingly no apparent reason? Well, it could be disease. Today we're going to have some fun with fungus. Let's get out of the weeds. Thank you for coming back to another video. If you like this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe. Also, I just created a new Instagram account for the channel where I'm going to post some different and unique lawn care content on that platform. As we're in this time of year in August, we're seeing brown lawns everywhere, and it can be for a wide variety of reasons. It can be because, hey, your lawn's not getting enough water, so it's going into summer dormancy. Or it could be, hey, I put down a bunch of fertilizer and never watered it in and it burned out my lawn. So there's another reason for brown lawns. It could be you're not mowing right and that's a brown lawn. All these are potential options. But one prevalent thing that can sometimes be easily forgotten and not that well known is disease in your lawn. When it comes to lawn disease, you typically need three things, which you'll typically hear called the disease triangle. One, you'll need a host, which is going to be our grass in this case. Two, you're going to need a pathogen, and that is going to be your disease. And the disease is always going to be present in the environment and in your lawn. It's always going to be sitting there. So for our lawns, we typically have two of the three pieces of the triangle that are going to make our lawn susceptible to disease. The last one that we need is it to be the right environment for the disease to strike. Now, with cool season lawns, there's two key areas within our growing season where your lawn's going to be the most susceptible to disease. And that's going to be as we go from spring into summer and kind of our temperatures ramp up and the rain kind of ceases. And then also as we go from the hot, humid summer into our cooler falls as the temperatures start dropping back down. Those are going to be two sweet spots at the different sections of our growing season that's going to make your lawn by far the most susceptible to lawn disease. With lawn disease, it comes in all different shapes, sizes, colors, impacts, affecting different grasses. It's so wide. You have brown patch, summer patch, red thread, fairy rings, snow mold. The list goes on and on. Rust is another one. When we're talking about lawn disease, there's just so many different things that could be impacting it. And so kind of getting a little bit of education on what could possibly be impacting your lawn is going to help you know how to better fight it off. The one thing I recommend you don't do is wait until you have disease present in your lawn to actually act upon it. What you want to start doing is start putting down preventative applications when the conditions are right for your lawn to see disease. A lot of times with cool season grass, we're looking right around that Memorial Day time frame as kind of the first application, and then we're looking into mid to late June into early August kind of for that second application to kind of help get ahead of some of the disease that may be coming. The issue with lawn disease is that once it strikes, it can spread real easy, and then the damage can be lasting, and in the case of some of the diseases, it can actually kill some of your grass to where you'd actually have to seed for it to recover. Now, if you're already somebody who's like, man, I've already missed it, and maybe your lawn is brown, and you're kind of like, I'm not really sure why my lawn's brown because you seemingly are doing everything right, the easiest way to know is if you have lawn disease is to get down a little bit closer and actually pull up some of your grass blades. Look closer in there, and what you'll typically see is you're going to see different lesions or different colors. I know rust is real specific where you'll see the orange, or if you're walking through your lawn, a lot of times you'll get orange on your shoes. So red thread is real specific. You'll actually see the red, literally looks like red thread, hence the name, in your lawn. And so those will be key indicators that, wow, this is lawn disease and not just, oh, I fertilized wrong or I need to put down more water. Whether you have disease present in your lawn currently or the conditions are right for it to strike, I have good news for you. Most of the fungicides we can put down in our lawn can be both preventative and curative. If you put them down ahead of time, it can help make sure the disease doesn't strike your lawn. Or if you already have it in your lawn, you can use the same fungicide to help prevent your disease from spreading any further so that your lawn can recover. So if you're dealing with athlete's foot, you get some of that boom, tough actin, tenactin. Or if you have disease in your lawn and your lawn isn't really doing so hot, I like to soar like an eagle and get some eagle fungicide. So this is one of my favorite fungicides to use to kind of help prevent or cure lawn disease in it. This product here is going to cover and take care of most of the lawn diseases that we're going to see in our cool season lawns. Now, you can look at the label and see everything that it's going to cover, but this is a good fungicide to kind of have in your rotation each year to put down as a preventative application. Or if you miss the window and disease is in there, put it down to help clear it up. The other one I like to use, and I've used in the past, is propiconazole. And so you can see that here. The thing to note with this is both of these are very similar in what they're trying to do and what they're targeting. So a really critical thing to note when we're talking about fungicides is that you're going to see a group number on the fungicide. For example, with Eagle and with propiconazole that I just showed you, you're going to see that they're both group 3 fungicides. Now, I don't want to get into the weeds because this is the out of the weeds lawn care, so I'm not going to get too deep into this, but just know that the group number on a fungicide essentially tells you how it actually treats and fights against the disease. So depending on the group number, it's going to act a little bit differently for how it fights the disease. Now, why this is important is because if you always throw down the same group number fungicide in your lawn, eventually the disease is going to build up a resistance to it and therefore limit its effectiveness on your lawn going forward. So when it comes to fungicides, you want to mix up what the type of group fungicide you're putting down on your lawn whenever you're doing it. So for us, how I talked about, we have 2 spots in our growing season where disease is most prevalent. What you may want to do, a good strategy, is to put a certain group fungicide in the spring going into summer, and then pick a different type of fungicide from the summer going into the fall, so that way you can limit any kind of disease resistance that your lawn is experiencing. This leads to kind of what I recommend as a fungicide 1-2 punch for your lawn that's essentially going to keep any disease from really impacting your lawn that bad. And it's going to be putting down Scott's Disease X in the early part of the year, and that's going to be a group 11 fungicide. And so Scott's Disease X is going to work a little bit differently than, say, like Eagle fungicide, which I just showed. Now, Scott's Disease X, which you'll typically see, will be in just a bag of granular, so you can put it down just like a fertilizer application. So what I'll typically do when I get in kind of that late May and I'm getting ready to just fertilize my lawn normally, I'll put down fertilizer first, and then I'll put down a thing of Scott's Disease X, which will help kind of give me some preventative before I even see some of the disease. Then, as we get in kind of this June and August time frame, and I can feel the humidity creeping back up, full sun, hot temperatures, then that's when I bust out some Eagle or some propiconazole to kind of attack any disease that could be lingering before it shows up in my lawn and causes damage. Now with Eagle and with propiconazole, when they're in the liquid form, essentially you're just going to be mixing a small amount inside of a gallon of water, and that'll get you 1,000 square foot of coverage. If you want to do for your whole application, get a backpack sprayer and then go and fill the thing up, and you might be able to cover your whole lawn with that. And so you're just going to mix it with water and then just walk and spray it, just kind of like you're spraying with weeds if you're doing a blanket application. And this will really kind of help prevent disease in your lawn. If you're somebody who's already dealing with lawn disease, you look out and you're like, crap, that's what that is. I have been wondering, why is my lawn brown, and I haven't been able to figure it out. And you just realize that you have disease. The number one thing that you should do is when you're mowing, start bagging your clippings. The easiest way to spread lawn disease is to continue to mulch your clippings, because you're going to essentially take disease that was in one isolated area and start spreading the clippings into other areas of your lawn, and next thing you know, your whole lawn could be full of disease. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have a fungus-free lawn, and as we get further along here, closer and closer to our fall renovation time, look out soon because I'm getting ready to make a video all about grass seed and choosing the best one for your lawn. So I'll see you guys next time when we get out of the weeds into a beautiful lawn.